and a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. That's a look at our setting tonight, the picturesque city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Bucks. On Monday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
So the Nets starting five. Wilson Chandler out there with Durant. Then there's Harris. Then there's Irving. And it's Jordan in at the five. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Well, Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
Outside Matthews. Outside Antetokounmpo. Fades away. The rebound by the Nets.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Durant dishes to Harris. Outside Irving. Kept alive. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
And you can see the break slowed down for him to kind of pick his spot. And boy, was he open.
Now, here is Irving. Pass to Harris. Back to Irving. Over Matthews. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Harris.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
Bledsoe against Irving. No good from Bledsoe.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Irving's shot is good.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Middleton. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Well, I tell you what, Middleton really does a nice job at being able to score through contact. Sometimes he gets hammered, and he still gets it up and down.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
And guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
And that one falls for Middleton. Well, last season, Chris Middleton was asked Clark to change his game, and even though it took some adjusting, the results were there.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's not easy for a guy of Middleton's ability. Early in the year, Coach Bud asked him to take on less for the good of the team. That meant less post-ups for Middleton, less shot creation from him, and the numbers for Middleton went down, but the success of the team took a big bounce forward. Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer.
Well, Kevin, their strategy coming in is to take advantage of what the defense allows. He said one of our strengths as an offense is the ability to stay patient, to run through options and find weaknesses that we can exploit. The main thing is, guys, he doesn't want his team to force anything.
All right, David, thank you. Sounds like to execute the plan, Greg, they're going to have to get that good shot selection.
No doubt about it, Kevin. If you want to shoot a high percentage in this league, you have to be patient, and you have to understand what quality of shots you get.
Exactly, and if it's not there for you, simply make the next pass. Keep the ball moving. Give the offense a chance to do what it's designed to do, which is produce the best shot.
Drops in the tray.
And that stroke of Durant, effortless. I mean, easily pulling up from the perimeter. Textbook form. Beautiful to watch.
Now here's Matthews. He is still scoreless so far in this one. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Harris. Outside Durant. Nets passing it around. Shot clock at 6. Inside. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
A dependable passer. Chandler doesn't just look to score. I mean, he's also good at finding his open teammates.
Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. Harris against Matthews. Fires from deep. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. It's Durant on the wing. He's covered by Matthews. And that one's good, Irving.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And here's Bledsoe following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. A three ball. No good from Bledsoe.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Here on the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. DeAndre Jordan third.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Harris looking it over. Now the pass to Irving. He dishes it to Durant. Over Middleton.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Antetokounmpo finds Bledsoe. And they call an illegal screen here.
And checking out the numbers for Chris Middleton. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 18 points a game, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself.
Here's Irving. Second shot opportunity. Out to Chandler. Harris outside. And the Nets, another three.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
That one falls. That's now 8 points for Eric Bledsoe.
It's a quiet, rugged demeanor that Bledsoe plays with, and he doesn't back away from anybody on the court.
And we see the league-wide move discouraging mid-range shots. The Nets definitely among that group.
Yeah, and it's borne out here in that last season they took the third fewest mid-range shots and allowed the second most. So the analytics message taking real strong hold in Brooklyn.
Here is Bledsoe following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Passes it to Middleton. And it's sent back by KD.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots.
Back to Harris. This one for three. The shot missing. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Down low. Bledsoe dishes to Matthews. And Matthews throws it down.
strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Jordan can't get it to go.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Here's Irving after Wesley Matthews scored. Pass to Harris. Puts up a three. They get it again. Tries yet again. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Nets.
Shooting two. They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And the first one at the line is good.
And after spending his first NBA decade with the Clippers, DeAndre Jordan bounced around last season, remains a supreme athlete and rebounder, though, at that center position.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. And so Jordan nails both of them. And a nightly double-double threat is DeAndre Jordan, but some dissatisfaction with his play last season. Greg, what was that?
Well, I felt like his impact has tailed off just a bit from his peak with the Clippers. Sometimes the great athletes have more of an adjustment as they enter their 30s.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. George Hill missing his last shot.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Oh, here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Connaughton, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Clark, as you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously, confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's essential.
The first one falls. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, you know, what a season for the Bucks last year. Best record in the East, best record overall in the league. The team cruised during the regular season to win 60 games.
His fifth miss, out 2 for 7 from the floor. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the layup's good off the glass.
Like that creativity down in the paint. Antetokounmpo showing you how crafty he can be scoring from there.
Hey, Clark, those 60 wins for the Bucks, the most since 1980.
You know, start to finish, this team was a force. Had a great approach on both ends of the floor. Fun to watch. No glaring weaknesses in the game plan that works for them. Future's bright there.
And stolen by Ilyasova. Floats it up for Giannis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
Oh, here's Dinwiddie. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's LeVert. Baseline try. Gets hauled in by Ilyasova. Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Antetokounmpo. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Antetokounmpo's got it all tied up now for the Bucks. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. The pass to LeVert. Outside for Jordan. Dinwiddie with it. Out-guarded by Giannis. Just 3 to shoot. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And it's the Bucks on the break. And he banks in the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
And Kurucs, he's checked in for Jordan. And Clark, while we have a moment, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. Third is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. To stop the drought, LeVert the pass to Dinwiddie. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Allen. Takes the 13-footer. The rebound by the Bucks.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. LeVert kicks to Dinwiddie. Pass to Kurucs. It's LeVert on the wing. Prince outside over Ilyasova. That one off the back iron and out. And it's the Bucks ball. They're on a 16-4 run. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Dishes to Korver. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Dinwiddie with the steal. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Yeah, you got to mind your business around Dinwiddie. I mean, he's got excellent instincts and a reach and wingspan that allows him to come up with steals.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year. So just solid at the line.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie.
Well, I really like this kid in college at Colorado. An effective player is Spencer Dinwiddie. He really does it all. Scores, rebounds, passes, defends. Good all-around player.
And here is Hill. It's stolen by Allen. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for Brooklyn. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We come back right after this. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many, something he discussed before today's game.
The worst I've ever heard was my rookie year. A guy called me Antetokounmpo, and Kounupi in Greek means mosquitoes. So he basically said anti-mosquito.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
Kyle Korver is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Ilyasova. Then it's George Hill. And it's Connaughton in at the 2. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's the third youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, DA, and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. Good work there as it goes.
In just his first season with Milwaukee, a huge success for Coach Budenholzer. Came in and led the team to the top seed in the East, gave the franchise a huge boost, and I think they found their leader for the next several years.
Here's Prince, following the basket by George Hill. Releases. They get it back. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Clark for the Bucks. The players said Budenholzer instilled a sense of confidence in the team.
And you know what? Sometimes you have a coaching change, and that injection of a different type of approach and the change in culture can make a big difference. Coach Budenholzer has always shown the ability to get the most out of his roster and shows you what a difference a coach can make.
Clark, you ever think we'll see a player coach in the NBA again?
I don't think so, Kevin. The role is just so demanding. It requires so much, and there's so much scrutiny now. I don't think you can effectively play and coach in this day and age. No, I don't think you'll see it happen.
Last one we saw was Dave Cowens back in the late 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And that's a long time ago, man.
With the Boston Celtics.
Yep.
Here's Hill. Spencer Dinwiddie picking up that last basket. The pass to Connaughton. Six on the shot clock. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Allen. Last year, getting it done. 8th in field goal percentage and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Brook Lopez is checked in for the Bucks. Off the inbound, and too long on the shot.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Caruch passes to Dinwiddie. Passes to LeVert. 4 on the clock. Back to Dinwiddie. Frames the three-pointer. And now it's an 8-point Nets lead.
Boy, set up nicely there. Dinwiddie plays well without the ball. He's not just a point guard, fellas.
Hill has the open look, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Hill's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now here's LeVert. Back to Dinwiddie. Allen left side. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And the Nets lead by 7.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. This has been an impressive offensive output.
Hill fires the good-looking shot from the wing. Hill's got 7.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
poked loose, so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Chris Middleton's checked in for Kyle Korver. Then for the Nets, Kevin Durant comes in for Taurean Prince, and Kyrie Irving subbed in for Karis LeVert. Off the inbound, it's stolen by Hill. He feeds it to Lopez. Here's Connaughton. That one doesn't drop. Dinwiddie with some nice D. Durant the pass to Caruch. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Caruch was the 40th pick and wasn't expected to contribute, Greg, in year one, but his strong play as a rookie has helped rescue a Nets team that was teetering on the brink with the loss of Karis LeVert.
You know, they had guys who could shoot, and they had guys who could defend, but no one who could do both. Caruch can hit open threes, and with that 7'2" wingspan, a factor defensively.
That free throw missing.
Well, you know, the Bucks can be a real force on defense. We're the top-rated defense last season in the league, and number one in rebounding and challenging shooters as well.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Matthews comes in for Pat Connaughton. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for George Hill. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Joe Harris is checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And Clark, the length and size of the Bucks, a big part of their defensive success.
Well, I agree. I mean, versatile defenders across the board for the Bucks. They can handle switches and pick and rolls comfortably. Makes for a very strong defensive force no matter who's on the floor for this team.
Now Matthews, after Chris Middleton missed from long range. 5 to shoot. Tries again. It's stolen by Harris. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. Take a look at Harris. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
And getting that spot at the top of the list was such a huge accomplishment. What a year it was for him from behind the arc.
Middleton left side. Pass to Ilyasova. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Buries it from three-point range. Bledsoe's got 11 points.
You know, really, Bledsoe has to keep hitting it from deep. When he does, I think that really opens up the floor for him and his team.
Durant down low. Guarded by Bledsoe. A nice shot by KD.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Middleton, and it's Lopez at the elbow. Back to Middleton. Ilyasova finds Bledsoe. Rebounded by the Nets. They've led by as much as 10. Nobody near Irving. No good from outside. Bucks trail by 5. Middleton on the wing. To the paint. Shot's good by Bledsoe. 13 points in the game.
Love the toughness of Bledsoe. Outstanding at maintaining his balance, even when you body him up.
Now Durant. 5 points in the game. And there's the pass to Caruch. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 3 assists in the game. And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for Milwaukee. They trail by 6. To the middle, here's Ilyasova. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. Well, there's on Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Chandler comes in for Rodions Kurucs.
know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
Now here's Durant. The shot off that time, and Milwaukee the other way now. Like you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development. The investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
Here's Bledsoe. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Lopez dishes to Middleton. Back to Lopez. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Matthews with it. Now Chandler defending. Three-pointer. Matthews no good. Brooklyn leading by 5. Durant, the pass to Irving. Passes it to Harris. From outside the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Harris has got 8 points.
And this is tough to stop if you're the defense. They have just gotten locked in from three-point range this quarter.
Lopez kicks to Middleton. Shoots from the high post. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Harris finds Irving. Back to Harris from past the arc. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Jordan's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 13. Count that one. Nets leading by 8. Irving with the ball. Outside Durant. The high post shot. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And Durant has just such a fluid release. Very efficient shooting the ball from that mid-range.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And Clark, your love for the Buckeye State has never been questioned. What was the best part of growing up as a kid in Ohio?
Well, I think a number of things. One, having family around, extended family as well as immediate family, but also the sports love that exists throughout the state and being able to experience that and enjoy that with my dad and siblings. That's special. And having a career in basketball that I've had makes it even more special.
And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Matthews. Some last season stats for him. He averaged about 12 points per game last year. 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch. You know, after making 1 3 in the first quarter, he's had none here so far in the second.
Now here's Durant. He's got 9. Here's Chandler. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got his 6th rebound on the night. Middleton wide open. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. Here's Jordan. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
and the amount of space Antetokounmpo covers is really breathtaking. You got to see it to believe it. I mean, he erases shots that you think he has no chance to get to.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
No good on that one.
A versatile forward with a really nice, well-rounded all-around game. I mean, Chandler plays with great energy on both ends of the floor.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Korver's checked in. And he's good on the second. And Greg, after this season, Antetokounmpo will be eligible to sign a Supermax extension. The Bucks want him to stay happy.
The loss of Malcolm Brogdon last summer definitely stung. Trying to control costs, but you don't want to take a step back with Giannis's decision looming. Well, the evolution of Brook Lopez continues as he is now a premier stretch five. His three-point shot continues to get better and now a huge part of his arsenal.
And he makes the first. Lopez bold enough to give himself a nickname.
Yeah, well, what was it? Splash Mountain or something like that? I guess he's earned it with the work he's put in on his outside shooting. More and more centers these days shooting the three ball.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Prince is checked in. Brook Lopez hits them both. And Clark, many fans thought Brook Lopez might have lost it after his stint with Los Angeles, but, you know, he was reborn after joining the Bucks.
Yeah, sometimes a fresh start re-energizes you and helps you change your game. This guy was, though, a 20-point scorer a night in the past, so he can put it in the basket. He didn't get those kind of numbers with the Bucks, but really was exactly what they needed as a big guy who could shoot the three and also be a rim protector inside.
Milwaukee with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn.
Absolutely awesome to watch Antetokounmpo rise up for these throwdowns. I mean, it's really quite easy for him.
Now here's Prince. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Oh, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Now here's Antetokounmpo following the shot by Kevin Durant.
Hey, you know, in the age of analytics, there's a ton of talk about player efficiency these days, and as we can see by Antetokounmpo's performance tonight, his efficiency, extraordinary.
Irving with the ball. Eric Bledsoe covering. KD against Middleton, and Durant gets it to go. KD's got 13 points.
Yeah, I just love how Durant finishes over contact, not allowing the D to contain it.
Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe, and no good on the last-second attempt this time. And so it's Brooklyn in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Well, KD just has that instinct for scoring. It's just how he's built. You look at the first half, he was aggressive, made tough shots. Very difficult to scheme against because he's usually one step ahead of you.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Milwaukee?
They just gave up way too many good looks from the three-point line. That means either you haven't followed the game plan correctly or you're not executing it correctly. Either way, it's wrong. So from the looks of the first half, they need to aggressively close out on shooters to close this gap and the score.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Brooklyn leading by 9, setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Durant. Harris is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Wilson Chandler, and it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. Now here is Harris. Again off the glass. Harris has got the first bucket of the third here for the Nets.
Well, I love to see Joe Harris not settling, instead choosing to be opportunistic and mixing up his offensive attack.
Giannis inside. KD's on him. And that one's good by Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got 18 points in the game. To the inside, here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You've just got to marvel at his greatness.
No good from Bledsoe.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And KD throws it down.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Now here's Matthews. Giannis right side. Back to Matthews. 6 to shoot. Over to the wing. Here's Lopez. No good that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. And Chandler, here we go. And the dunk by Chandler.
When Chandler's cutting to the basket, I mean, he wants to throw it down. That's what he's looking to do. He's a ferocious dunker, too.
Irving against Bledsoe. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Chandler's shot, good.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And, Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo showing his versatility yet again. His dribble moves are virtually unguardable.
Irving looking for an opening. Outside Jordan. Chandler kicks to Irving. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 4th rebound in this one. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Hey, offensive rebounding, positioning is important, but nothing's more important than pursuing the pumpkin. And Antetokounmpo is always in the chase.
Here's Chandler, and Wilson Chandler with the slam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
you know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns. Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Irving against Bledsoe. Pass to Durant. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Pass to Bledsoe. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. A different look for Milwaukee. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Jared Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Harris. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And, you know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar-level game.
So for the Nets, Rodion Kurucs comes in for Kevin Durant, and it's LeVert in for Irving. Here's LeVert, Dinwiddie outside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Dinwiddie's got 10 points. And you know, Greg, this last season, Giannis improving on his rebounding and his passing.
Career highs for him in both of those areas. If he ever adds a deep shot, I'm not sure him at that point.
Hill against LeVert. There's the pass to Dinwiddie. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
That's his fourth foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Brook Lopez. Allen passes to Kurucs. Back to Allen. 5 on the clock. There's the 3. And Dinwiddie gets it to go on the assist by Allen. Dinwiddie's got 5 points now this quarter.
Who's got Giannis?
Here's Giannis.
And quite honestly, guys, Antetokounmpo, get that name right, folks. He's one of the most unique, talented players in the league. I mean, long arms, which really create a lot of problems for the defenders, whether he's passing or shooting.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint because those have been big.
Free throw good. Giannis.
Hey, if you had a list of the most athletic players in the NBA and did a roll call, it would be not long before you got to Antetokounmpo. The Greek Freak is the real deal.
And both free throws good for Giannis. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. It's LeVert on the wing. He's covered by Matthews. LeVert against Matthews. Here's Dinwiddie. No good. The Bucks go the other way with it. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. Here's Connaughton. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Connaughton's got 5 points so far.
Man, how about the vision of the hometown hero, George Hill, spotting a teammate and whipping it over quickly.
Bounce pass LeVert. Chandler dishes to Dinwiddie. Clock at 6. Here's Allen. Rebound by the Bucks.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
So it's Brooklyn now, following the miss by Giannis.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
Now here is Hill. He has 7. And here is Ilyasova. Outside Matthews. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
And let's take a look now at LeVert's numbers. Last season's performance for him put up about 13 points per, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the pine.
Yeah, there's always a demand for shooters, man. Have jumper, will travel. I'm telling you. Most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's got 13. Can't cash in from close range. Giannis is double. Kicks it to Hill. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
First free throw is good.
You know, the former late first-round pick, Hill, has really developed into a reliable shooter and wing defender. He's got good speed, gets to the rim with ease, and passes the ball well, too.
Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. Corver comes in for Wesley Matthews. Prince is checked in for the Nets. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Tell you what, George Hill is one of my favorite players to watch. A veteran point guard. He's bounced around a bit the last few seasons, but he gives you leadership, toughness, a cool demeanor, and he's one of the smartest players I've ever been around. Brings value to every team that he plays on.
Hands it from downtown. LeVert's got his second bucket tonight.
You know, these are exactly the shots, guys, the coaching staff wants LeVert to take because they know it gets him going.
The kick out to Lopez. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 assists now tonight. And with Hill, as you said, Clark, he's a perfect fit as a second-unit leader.
Yeah, I love the fact that George Hill really gives you everything you need in the backcourt. He's an excellent defender, makes really good decisions, can score the ball when you need him to. He's ideal to come off the bench because he packed a lot of production into short playing stints.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Jared Allen making his last shot. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. No good on that one. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. To the left side wing. Corver against Dinwiddie. And here's Prince outside. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, the easy hoop assisted by Allen that time. He's developed a nice passing game.
Bucks trail by 17. Now Hill. He's got 8. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Brooklyn with the rebound. Chandler's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
Here's Dinwiddie. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignited.
LeVert. Allen outside. Prince, that's for two. And again, it's the Nets missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And the dunk by Giannis.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. 13 points in the game. Here's Connaughton. Dinwiddie covering. And that one's good by Giannis.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's LeVert. 5 points in the game. Dinwiddie with it. Chandler right side. Over Giannis. That's good from Chandler on the assist by Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got his third assist on the night. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Chris Middleton's checked in for Korver. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for George Hill. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Kevin comes in for Wilson Chandler. Joe Harris is checked in for Karis LeVert. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Here's Irving. Following the basket by Giannis. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Eric Bledsoe.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Irving finds Harris. Now Jordan. Nets passing it around. Here's Durant, and it's sent back by Lopez. Shot clock at 5. Here's Harris. Milwaukee with the rebound. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's Giannis. And that one drops for him.
Boy, for such a young player, the razor-sharp focus of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. I mean, a muscular guy who still makes baskets despite getting hit in the process. He's not wide, but he is muscular.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes.
One shot.
Free throw, no good for Antetokounmpo. Nets leading by 5. Durant the pass to Irving. Top of the key. That shot off.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Nets up 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Head coach Mike Budenholzer is mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
We don't need to be in a hurry to beat them. Let's just go with our defense. Keep moving it, keep playing.
Poised aggressiveness, guys. I think the message there from Mike Budenholzer, asking for energy, asking his guys to mount an attack.
Well, and all five guys need to be on the same page. You need to be active, yes, but you also really need to communicate with one another.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Bledsoe and Connaughton in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Now here's Bledsoe following the miss by DeAndre Jordan. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Bledsoe.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nets lead by 3.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Offensive rebound. And that one's good by Giannis.
Really, at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds for putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
Yeah, you really do, because those extra possessions when they lead to points, that's huge. I mean, he did a nice job there. Never gave up on the play, and you know my motto, persistence pays dividends.
Bucks trail by 3. Bledsoe looking around. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. The Nets have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Prince misses.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
It's been like this all night for both teams, the offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Here's KD following the basket by Chris Middleton. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. Wesley Matthews checked in for the Bucks. Irving dishes to Prince. Another shot, and he sinks the layup.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
Irving against Bledsoe. Harris outside. They double him with Matthews. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Durant, no good.
You know, after connecting on 1 3-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
Bledsoe finds Antetokounmpo over Harris. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Antetokounmpo.
You know, Bledsoe has developed his passing skills to the point where you've got to respect that part of his game. He's doing a nice job finding his open guys.
Now here's Jordan. Here's Prince, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Here's Bledsoe following the bucket by the Nets. Here's Giannis. Andre Jordan grabs the miss. Nets leading by 3. Here's KD. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. And there's Bledsoe on the assist from Lopez. 23 points for Eric Bledsoe.
When Bledsoe is firing on all cylinders, I mean, you keep getting him the ball. It's just that simple.
Knocks it loose. A nice shot by Jordan. And the Nets lead by 5. Here's Giannis. And the double up on Antetokounmpo. To the middle. Here's Lopez. Up and in on the layup.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's KD following the basket by Brook Lopez. KD finds Prince. 4 on the shot clock. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Milwaukee. They'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls. And then on Wednesday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz. So it's Brooklyn now. Points was their biggest margin.
Well, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
That ties the game. And that's now 10 points for Brook Lopez.
And a nice job from Lopez to catch and shoot in a fluid motion. That's really impressive.
Irving dishes to Harris. Makes it off the glass.
Harris doing a nice job there, guys, of maintaining his focus and concentration on a tough take.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Nice there. Gink the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
A jaw-dropper emoji is what I look like right now. Incredible.
Brooklyn with the ball, following the bucket by the Bucks. They grab their own miss. Jordan kicks to Prince with the putback. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. And the Nets lead by 2.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
For 3, Bledsoe. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 4 assists now tonight.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Called the Nets. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, that defense is helpless right now. I mean, he's got their number, and he knows it.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said, in this league, it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. Let's just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now here's Allen. Outside Durant. Goes up from the top of the key. That one a little long.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And here's Chandler, who brings it up for Brooklyn. It's a one-point game. The shot by Irving. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Irving's got 4 points this quarter. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And, guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Now, here's Lopez. Ball's knocked loose. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Here's Young. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
That time, I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Here's Harris after the basket by Milwaukee. Just 5 on the clock. Outside, KD. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Durant's got 22 points.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Bledsoe kicks to Lopez. To the paint. Here's Middleton. Matthews trying to free him. Good by Middleton. Middleton's got the game tied up here for the Bucks. Brooklyn's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And oh, here we go with Bledsoe. Nobody down. And he gets the bucket. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stat.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for the Bucks. That's good from Bledsoe.
You know, one of the things I'd like to see Bledsoe improve on is his passing. Other than that, I think his overall game is pretty solid.
Now, here is Irving. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
A career-best season for Kyrie Irving in 2018-19. Scoring just as great as ever, but it was the other areas, playmaking, rebounding, defense, where he made tremendous strides.
And so it's Milwaukee now. Kumbo passes to Lopez. A 3-pointer, no good. And the Celtics expected Kyrie to become a better passer and defender in Boston.
They felt he had the capability. You could argue that those improvements have elevated him from a great scorer to a great player in our league.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. And Brook Lopez, the bucket on the assist by Giannis. And that's 12 points for Brook Lopez.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And so it bring it up for the Nets. He kicks it to Chandler. Now the dish to Irving. Clock at 4. Allen trying to break free. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe. On defense, the Bucks. Durant finds Irving. Shot clock at 6. Over onto Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I don't want to dismiss the defensive chops of Antetokounmpo. I mean, he is so good at handling himself on the defensive end, whether he's guarding his own guy or in position to help his teammates. You know, feeling very comfortable taking a shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
Now here is Harris. Passes it to Irving. It is good, the assist from Harris. He's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Milwaukee's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Now Chandler defending. Chandler against Bledsoe. And it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, that expansive reach of Allen. I mean, so good at positioning himself and using his length and timing to stifle shooters. Harris has been in these situations before. He's a veteran player and very calm taking the big shots.
And Milwaukee has possession. After the basket by Brooklyn, Bledsoe kicks to Lopez. Durant with the steal. .102 left in the fourth quarter.
Fire under Kevin Durant.
And he's up to 52 now.
Free throw good. Giannis.
Get it in a tight game like this one.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Here's Durant. They get it back. Allen passes to Chandler. Good!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're behind by 3. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Left to play here in the fourth. Money! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Somebody stuck Eric Bledsoe. He's rolling.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're ahead by 1. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And they're not in the penalty yet. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to focus now on the second.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. Matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
Here's Giannis. From deep. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kyrie, we're at an early part of the season, but what did you want to accomplish tonight individually and in the team flow?
Just wanted to come out here and compete, get the win. We wanted to set a standard for ourselves. The most important thing was just coming out here and competing for my teammates and, doing whatever possible to get this win.
And you all did that tonight. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.